What's going on, everyone? As always, if you enjoyed the content and you're going to buy some singles, if you could just click the link right here in the YouTube video description to shop TCGPlayer to buy any of the singles mentioned in this video, I would greatly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and dive in. What's going on, YouTube? Vampyr Gaming here, back with another market watch. This time it's focused on the post-ban market watch. Now, do keep in mind that these bans only apply to Asia. However, this is just kind of showing how so far the English market has reacted, and also keep in mind that these bans are effective for OP-07 format. We're just now heading into OP-06 in the next couple of weeks. So just some things to keep in mind. With that, let's go ahead. So first up, we have Sakazuki. Of course, the leader is straight out banned in Asia. And as such, you can kind of see here the price has just gone down. He was already on his way down when there was the rumors of the ban list, but now we see him sitting at just under $70. Decent amount of sales. So do with that what you will. He is, of course, as this time still playable for a whole format, so it's a nice little alt that you can get once he is banned, assuming we get the same list over here for OP-07. I could see, of course, his price going down a little bit more, but I think this card bottoms at like 50. You gotta remember Whitebeard, and then when Whitebeard became unbanned, he was like $200, so gotta be careful. Just keep an eye on this. Of course, also another great card if you were looking to play Moria. Great barrier to entry now. As you can see, Great Eruption also was banned in Asia for OP-07. But price really feeling that because, of course, people want to get rid of it while it's still worth money. You can see a ton of people are buying for. So Moria and Sakazuki are fairly affordable to play right now, relatively speaking to what they were. Of course, Hina's still kind of sitting around like 12, 13, but we're not going to talk about her. But yes. Of course, you know, picking this up, you are essentially estimating that you get about 3 months of play out of it. But it is about half of what it was. So, great price. But then, of course, with that, there are the rumors that, you know, is it going to be Enel? And we're going to talk about essentially all decks that potentially would be good in OP-07 based off the cards that are currently released. So, we're only going to talk about currently released cards. Obviously, there are a bunch of cards in OP-06 that definitely help change the meta, and then also the Three Brothers decks. But we're just going to be talking about what's out here for us. Of course, we have Enel, you know, with Sakazuki and Moria both taking a hit. The question is, you know, is Enel the best deck? Is he going to reign supreme? So you got here sitting at around 80. Nice little level there, but possibly can slowly make his way back up. Not a ton listed, so just something to keep your eyes on. With that, of course, one of the main cards you play is Kaku. So this card jumped drastically. I did mention it on my X account. If you're not already following me on there, the previous Twitter, definitely feel free to check me out there. At Vampyr Gaming, because I did mention this the exact night of and was like, hey, you know, with that, Enel gets better. They did hit reject, which technically does hurt Enel, but he also has the new ace, which is really good. And then, of course, yeah, he's made his way from around $62 to $80 once again, making his way back up there. I did pick a third up for 55, so really happy about that. Still don't have the fourth, though, so it is what it is. But yeah, definitely something to keep your eye on, especially if you were going to play Enel. Might just be time to just take that hit. If you can afford it, of course. Don't spend any money you don't have. With that, though, there is also the argument that Red Purple Law is going to be the best deck in the format. It is doing very well. And with Sakazuki out of the way, since like if you can keep the board clear, it kind of runs out of steam after a while. But with a lot of that removal gone, Hound Blaze and the Swords, and then of course the free minus with Great Eruption on the leader, making it easy to remove since you play low costs. Eustace Captain Kidd, I mentioned this once already again on my X account, but this is one of the better cards in Law because you can play 4, and then if you play him and then you minus, you're really only minusing 2 instead of minusing 3. So it makes your minus cost less, which is big. So I've got my eyes on him because he's going to be a key card in that. With that, of course, you also have this Law. I know he's rose in popularity. Once again, I sold mine for like $17 and felt like I was a winner, and here we are right back. He was pretty cheap for a good minute, but now, of course, you can see with the rise of his popularity in Asia, with Extra Booster 1, and then now, of course, a little bit of that with the speculation on him, his deck being good in OP-07 with their current bans. On top of that, if you wish to play him, you do need Gordon. Unfortunately, you can see Gordon is just getting up there, $30-something. So a lot of speculation around that. If you don't already have one of these, honestly, I would look at the Uda film promo. If you are going to buy any of these, please do use that link in the YouTube video description to buy singles and support the channel with singles that you're already going to be buying. And again, don't spend money you don't have. Please be fiscally responsible when it comes to these, because this is, of course, a good chunk of change at this point. I would also check out the Uda promo packs. Sometimes you can find the Uda promo packs for about the price of this Gordon. And it, of course, does have that Law in there as well. And I think it's one of those things that are occasionally overlooked. And then when these go up in value, those are underappreciated. So I would check those out. And then, of course, I've mentioned him before. I'm going to mention him again. He was once change. Now he's making his way back up. Roanoa Zoro. Not a ton of quantity available in terms of like multiple quantities, but this card is needed. You play him at 4 in red purple Law. Same here. Again, they're about the same price, and I'm a big fan of the OP-01, and of course it is OP-01. I think this card is underappreciated. Just my thoughts, not financial advice. But I have picked up an additional playset of this version, because keep in mind this card was quite literally $15. At one point it was 20, almost 30. So just something to keep in mind. And then, of course, there's also the argument, is it going to be Luchi? Is Luchi going to be good? And with the Robert Luchi, big old Bobbert coming out, you see this, the spandam promos. I almost got rid of mine when it was like nothing, and now it's worth almost double. So I'm going to keep on holding. Not a ton left for the regional participants, and these regional participants are already phased out. So yeah, if you really like this, pick it up. And then, of course, you have the finalist version. This might be honestly underpriced just because there's so few of them. And if you like the whole finalist vibe, this might be underappreciated considering the other prices. But again, it's completely dependent on if the new Luchi leader is meta. I know there's been a lot of speculation around that. With that, of course, also the regular spandam. Great, cheap, affordable option just to get you in the door if you like to play the shiny alts. And this, of course, is textured. So if texture is your thing, it's got that going for you. Then, of course, we also have Kaku. He is a great card. This card is phenomenal, truthfully. I've hated every time this card's been dropped on me. He's got counter and removal, and he removes a 3 cost, of course, with all the minus that there is. Can remove a lot of different things. He slowly made his way back up. He got hyped around the first time of the Luchi leader announced, made his way back, and is slowly crawling back. You can see, once again, with that ban announcement, a ton of sales, whereas there historically hadn't been any. Then you just see a wall of sales there. So a lot of speculation around this. Also, you have the potential for Fortress Yami. And if you like Yamato and you're looking forward to playing Yamato in OP-06, if you could just do me a favor, head to vamptcg.com. I do have some Year of the Dragon sleeves. Still a couple available, for your Dawn. They do have a pack of 50 on there. You can use it for your deck. But it's not tournament legal. They are slightly transparent, so they're not going to be tournament legal. So just a heads up on that. And then, of course, just the regular Eustace. Both of these sitting about the same, 80, 90-ish. A couple of sales. Not a lot because they are kind of expensive. But it could be the rise of Fortress Yamato or any, Bonnie. Bonnie, a lot of people are opting to play this over Rosinante, so a lot of options there. And then, of course, this being OP-01 and the OG, people tend to value those, but they are valued fairly equally, all things considered. So if you like these, they are down a little bit, but still, of course, way up, way up. And then, of course, just the regular one. I remember when this guy was right here, I was mentioning him in my videos. Let me know if you copped one of these from when I mentioned it at like $5-6, because I was like, this card is just, it's going to be good. And so I've been telling people, and of course now it is $40. It was about $36, but now big increase in sales, of course, with that ban list again. Is green going to be good is the question, and they're about to enter that discovery phase. I'm going to find out soon enough, and I'm sure the markets will react more. Then, of course, we have Bonnie. So with that, the Bonnie leader plays a lot of supernovas. That Eustace, again, searchable off of this. Not a lot of winners left. Not a lot of winners left. I went ahead and picked one up for the collection. I was waiting for them when they were around 30, and it was like, okay, this is going to be the lowest it's going to get. And I was like, Bonnie leader, and I was like, well, I was like, Bonnie's starting to do decent, and I was like, I just have to go ahead and get one. You can see still not like a crazy amount of sales, but they're slowly just drying up. Same with this, the championship series. So I've been seeing people in the Facebook groups looking for them, which is a sign of things to come, in my opinion. That's one of the things that I look at. Are people searching for this actively to try to get it for less? A couple more came and got listed. So a decent amount before, whereas they were sitting around like the 140 with these 0% feedback sellers, but a couple at the 125. I saw one on eBay, I think, sell for 115. If you can get someone to sell them to you at 100, it's a solid buy, especially considering the regular Bonnie is almost, the winter Bonnie is almost $50. So this is just double the price. Full art, looks phenomenal. And yeah, if you like the max rarity, definitely something to keep your eyes on. Now, the final piece, just to bring this all to an end, kind of blew my mind. Eustace Captain Kidd. This card was $6 2 weeks ago. You might not know this, but the leader is $16. $16. With sales at the $16. Sales at $16. Your pre-release leader, guys. Your pre-release leader. This blew my mind. I almost bought one for my locals for like $5 when I forgot it. Absolutely insane. But this is where we are. This is one I want to go ahead and close out again. If you're looking to pick up any of the cards mentioned in this video, if you could use the link in the YouTube video description, it helps me out a ton, and I would greatly appreciate it. Support me with the singles you're already buying. And then, as always, if you're not subscribed, if you found this content of value, if you could do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot and work with other creators. Thank you.